everyone. My name is Kara Adams. I'm with Missouri Assistive Technology and welcome to our very first Tech Tuesday. Today I'm going to be talking about the OrCam Read 3, how to operate it, and some of the cool features that it has. This is the OrCam Read 3. It's handheld, very lightweight. Everything that you're going to need is on the top of the device. This is the charging port. It takes a USB-C charger. This is the power button. These are the plus and minus volume buttons. And then this is the activation button. This button is what we will use to take a picture of the text, to access smart reading, to enter the user menu. Most of what we do to control the device will be with this activation button. So in order to use this device, the very first thing that you need to do is make sure that it's turned on, which you're going to do so by holding down this power button. My device is already on, it's just asleep, so I'm going to press this power button again to wake it up.
Waking up. Battery is 63% charged.
It will always announce that a battery percentage every time that you turn it on. In order to access the text-to-speech feature, you are going to need to take a picture of the text. So in order to do that, you are going to hold the device above the printed text, and then you're going to use the circle activation button to take a picture of the text, which I will show you here in just a minute. Everything that is in the red lit box, it's going to capture and it's going to read aloud. You can also navigate through that text with the plus and minus buttons. So the plus button will jump ahead a sentence, and then the minus button will go back and repeat that sentence. So that's just a really easy way to navigate through this text. So in order to capture a picture of the whole page, you can do that in a couple different ways. There is a stand option. So you can slide the device in. And this is a really easy way for you to capture the whole page because it keeps the device at the right height and in one position, and then you can very easily access the button for it to capture the whole page, or you can use it as just a handheld device, which is what I'm going to do. And a tip that I learned is if you're trying to capture a picture of the whole page, find the center of the page and go up about a foot, and then that should capture the whole page. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of the page, again, by pressing that circle button.
Carries on 89th. Carrot specializes in Turkish barbecue and Mediterranean cuisine and the blending of cup. Carry herself with 18 years of restaurant. Kuwait is a refugee from Palestine, bringing his recipe. Abu Zarif as an Irbid. Abu Zarif as an Irbid.
And I just went back.
Carry in fragment while sitting on a bench. Where else?
Okay, and then I just press the activation button again for it to stop reading. So if you're wanting to just capture a smaller portion of the text, maybe you just want it to read a paragraph instead of the entire page, you can do so by using the pointer cursor mode, which you're going to activate by pressing the plus and minus button at the same time.
Arrow laser mode.
Okay, so now I can point.
We are seeking resident feedback for designing other neighborhood calming projects intended for North Volker, the Wyoming.
So now it's just going to read one paragraph instead of the entire page. And then you can go back to the red laser box by pressing those two buttons again.
Rectangle laser mode.
Okay, so you can absolutely use this device as just a text-to-speech device. It's great for that. But it also does have a lot of really cool smart reading commands, which I'm going to show you now. So in order to access the user menu, smart reading, you are going to want the device to go into listening mode, which you are going to do so by pressing the activation button twice. And then it'll start listening. So then you can say things like enter user menu, start smart reading, and it will go into those modes. Now, whenever you do start the smart reading, you are going to want to have your device ready and positioned over what you want it to take a picture of. So you can access the smart reading. It doesn't really give you a whole lot of time, so you need to have the device positioned and ready. So I'm going to press this button twice. Start smart reading. Now it's ready for me to tell it some smart reading commands. Here are some of the smart reading commands that you can tell it to do. You can find the full list on knowledgebase.orcam.com. So the first one I'm going to show you is to start from. So you can pick a word in the text and you can have it start from there. You can also have it find certain words throughout the text. Start from anyway.
Anyway, I forgot to get back to important things like guarding the house from package delivery men. Thanks for the great newsletter and helping me stay up to date on the neighborhood. Traffic calming updates.
So then it starts from the middle of the text instead of the beginning. I can also have it find certain words. Find neighborhood.
The crosswalks can be striped with high quality paint. This has been a long time V&A goal and the project was partial.
Find neighborhood.
Found 3 results of neighborhood. First result, bikes around the neighborhood. Second result, thanks for the great newsletter and helping me stay up to date on the neighborhood. Third result, we are seeking resident feedback for designing other neighborhood calming projects intended for North Volga.
Read dates.
Found 1 date. Safeway is front and center of this 1940 tax photo.
Read headlines.
Found 3 headlines. First result, letter to the pet idor. Second result, traffic calming updates. Third result, vintage Volga.
Read the second article.
Traffic calming updates. Crosswalks are going in along 39th Street at Terrace and Genesee. The ADA compliant curb cutouts are done in once the weather warmed.
Read amounts.
Found date amounts. First result. Household family sponsorship $25 quarter page acknowledgement space in one edition of the FNA newsletter. Second result. Basic business sponsorship $100. Third result.
Read phone numbers.
Found 2 phone numbers. First result. Cell 816.55 and .873S office 8 1 3 period 8 2 5 7 5 0 0.
Exit.
Exiting.
So those are just a few of the really cool features with the OrCam Read 3. If you want more information about this device or you would like to borrow this device, you can find more information at at.mo.gov. Happy Tech Tuesday!